Nasiru Musa has been living in this shack in the nation's capital Abuja with his family for nearly 10 years now. They fled their home in Goza town of Borno State, northeast Nigeria, due to a rise in violence in the area. They had hoped to return this year, but suicide bombings at a wedding, funeral and a hospital in their town forced them to change their plans.
Any plans of returning to Goza have to be suspended, even in the next year, because of the latest bomb blasts. We would have loved to go back because where we live now is not conducive.
Borno State has been the epicenter of a Boko Haram insurgency for over a decade, an insurgency that has resulted in the deaths of thousands of innocent people. Over the years, the military has managed to retake much of the territory the militants had seized, but they still carry out attacks on soft targets. More than 3,000 internally displaced persons from Borno State live in this camp, with the majority hailing from Goza, where the June suicide bomb attacks occurred. They are among over 2 million people who fled Boko Haram insurgency in the northeast. They say recent events in their communities means they would have to stay away for much longer for fear of further attacks, and those who had returned earlier might have to flee again. Analysts say the suicide bombings will have a further impact on the IDP situation and reintegration efforts of the government.
It has created some form of apprehension in the minds of the people going back. They will still feel vulnerable. They will feel a sense of unsafe, lack of safety, or lack of security.
Security experts say the government needs to restore confidence in the minds of people by improving its security strategy in dealing with insecurity in the country.
Improve the intelligence, networking, actionable intelligence, improve it, then ensure confidence building to assure the members of the public. That confidence building can be multi-layered, from the federal government to the state government to the local government, from even the members of the security agencies
and the surrounding communities.
Nigeria's President Bola Tinubu says the perpetrators of the Borno suicide attacks will face justice, while lawmakers have called for a probe. Also, security operatives say they have begun clearance operations in the area to tackle any further security threats in Borno and neighboring states. But until then, the displaced like Nasiru say they will remain here until it is absolutely safe to go back. Ajak Mangut, CGTN, Abuja.